I'm beyond thrilled today to share with you Mike Ragsdale from 30A.com. He has an amazing story. I can't wait to share it with you. So this is the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Ragsdale from 30A.com.
Sure. I graduated from the University of Alabama with a master's degree in advertising and public relations, and despite how clever and educated I thought I was, I couldn't get a job, so I bought a computer, really forced to start a business. I started doing graphic design. I was designing Girl Scout newsletters. I was doing anything to pay the bills, and I became enamored with this new thing that people were calling the internet. I had no idea what it was, but I started an internet company and had a lot of success with that. I ran a company for about 7 years as CEO. We grew it to about 60 or 70 employees. And then I had a long string of business failures, which is part of any entrepreneur's life. And after those successes and failures, we ultimately found our way here to the beach and started the 30A company. We had vacationed here for years. I grew up coming here. Of course, when I was growing up, Fort Walton was the place everyone went to spring break. And over the years, as Angela and I started our family, we would come to Seagrove and to 4 Mile Village, which was at the edge of existence. And, you know, always felt that this was a very special place. Obviously, the natural beauty is just unparalleled, and it just felt like a perfect place to raise a family. You know, when I arrived, this area really didn't have a cohesive brand. I mean, 30A was not used to the degree that it is today. So it was a company in Texas actually owned the URL. Anyone could have gotten it. It was not an expensive acquisition. It was one of those things where I think that every individual community had its own brand, you know, so there was Seaside and Watercolor and Rosemary and Sandestin. But I kind of felt like the one thing that tied all of these amazing places together is the thread of Scenic Highway 30A. That said, you know, today we really don't view it as a location. We view it as a lifestyle. And a lot of people don't realize this, but Scenic 30A here in South Walton is just one of 4 30A roads. State Road 30 runs from the Alabama state line all the way to Perry, Florida, around the Big Bend. And there are 4 alternate routes, hence the A, where it branches off of that old state highway. And so 30A isn't just here. There's also a 30A in Bay County, and there's 2 30As in Franklin County. And we like the idea because it's small town America, it's old Florida, and really the alternate route is that slower path that takes you along the beachfront. That's really what 30A is today. It's a lifestyle brand, not a tourism brand. Originally, I thought when I moved here I wanted to be a writer, and so I bought it to create a blog just to start exercising those creative wheels. I had no intention of turning it into a business. I thought I was going to be writing screenplays and novels. And as I began to develop the URL, people, after I'd been writing on it for a while, people said, yeah, how much does it cost to advertise on your site? And I'd never given it much thought, and this was several years after I had started it. So I started charging 50 bucks. I think Larry Davis was one of my first advertisers, and I think that I charged him $50 to be on it. So it was very organic and very unintentional, what it's developed into today. Yeah, so we have 3 different divisions. We have the digital division, which is our radio station, our mobile apps, our Facebook page, our websites. We have a retail division, which is our 4 30A stores, but we also are in over 100 locations nationwide. So again, think of it like Patagonia. Patagonia is a place, but you don't have to go to Argentina in order to wear Patagonia apparel. Same with 30A. We're really creating a lifestyle brand that people in Portland or Maine can enjoy independent of whether or not they come here. So 30A is now available in over 100 locations nationwide, from California to Grand Haven, Michigan, to Galveston, Texas, to Miami, Florida. And that's an important part of this phase of the company. And then finally, licensing. A lot of those products you mentioned, whether it's Beach Blonde Ale by Grayton Beer Company, or 30A Wine by Mercer Estates, or 30A Honey by the Honey Hutch, or 30A Coffee by Amavita Coffee, or 30A Paddle Boards and Bicycles by YOLO Board. We have a licensing division that really takes first-class products that are out in the market that we couldn't possibly create, and it licenses the 30A brand to those companies. Yes, although I'm an entrepreneur, and so it's one of those things where I always have an eye for growth and I always have an eye for business. That said, having 900,000 Facebook fans is not something I really ever anticipated, and I think we're just getting started. You know, we're really focused on taking the brand national, and again, not the tourism brand, but the lifestyle brand. You know, that feeling you get when you're here. I tell people it's Mayberry at the beach. It's small town America at the beach, and that's what we're trying to capture in everything that we do. Well, that's difficult to say depending on different metrics, but we do have, 900,000 Facebook fans. You compare that to other clothing brands like Tommy Bahama has 400,000, for example. So we have a lot of different ways you can slice it, but ultimately to us, it's not about that. Ultimately, we are a lifestyle brand that goes way beyond just a website, and a website's just a way for us to share stories. And ultimately, we love the beach, and that's what everything we do in our company comes down to. Those 4 words: we love the beach. That can mean we love it in ways that involve music and cocktails and food and lifestyle. It means that we love it in ways that we want to preserve and protect it. We want to create recycled products. We want to use beach-friendly products that will help preserve our beaches and coastal habitats for generations to come. So ultimately, we feel like that's where the company is going, as much as the digital side. Well, we're about to launch 30A Sessions in a week. We have Lady Antebellum as our first opening act. It's Austin City Limits meets the beach. We have several other shows coming up next year, and they're all going to be big names, world-class talent in a very intimate venue, and then captured for broadcast on major networks. So that's pretty exciting. And we have a few other surprises in store because we're always working on something. But as soon as those are, as soon as we're able to talk about those, we will certainly share it with you guys.
Well, that's awesome, Mike. I really appreciate you sharing with us. 30A.com and Scenic 30A truly is a lifestyle. As you see your stickers all over the country and even over the world at times, and you're just a blessing for our area. Glad that you're here, and we all look forward to seeing what's next with 30A.com.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it.